Trolley rollers. There's three different types of trolley rollers nowadays. There's the original narrow trolley roller that has one bearing back in the inside there. Then there's the wide trolley roller that's been around for many years now. And we also now have it's a narrow trolley roller, but it has a double bearing arrangement in it, so there's two bearings back inside there. The narrow trolley roller, for starters, the narrow trolley roller with the single bearing in it is generally used on the engine frame. So this fella here's your narrow trolley roller with a single bearing in it. This one here has also got the single bearing in it. So we put now the double bearing rollers onto the left hand side where most of your weight is. The rollers are a consumable. They're something that you're going to have to replace on a regular basis. You should be able to get around 250 hours out of the rollers before you need to replace them. But after a period of time, you're going to have to replace them. If you've got an older machine that doesn't have the double bearing rollers, then when it comes time to put new rollers on, that's when you would consider fitting up a double bearing roller. The double bearing roller is going to give you greater life out of this side. This side tended to wear out quicker than the other side, so we've gone to the double bearing roller. However, when you go to fit a double bearing roller up, you will also have to buy a new nut and bolt. To fit this wider roller onto the machine and not have to change any of the componentry, they had to reduce the size of the head on the bolt, and you can see quite a difference there. The other thing they had to do is reduce the thickness of the nut, and you can see the distance in those two there. That's a standard nut and bolt. That's the nut and bolt that's required for the double bearing roller. So if you're going to swap over now, you have to swap the nut, the bolt and the roller. But it's worthwhile doing. It will increase the life. The whole thing runs a lot smoother and all that sort of stuff. The wide bearing, the wide roller goes on the other end, on the right hand side. The idea of the wide roller is to make it easier to put onto the tracks. When you've got two narrow rollers and you're trying to put it onto the tracks, it can be a little bit difficult to fit them up. So the wider roller on one end makes it that little bit easier to fit them. You only need one narrow roller. This narrow roller here is your reference point. All the gauging is done off of this roller. So, and that's why it's now a double bearing roller, so that if the bearing does start to get a little bit slack and start to move around in there, you used to lose your reference. Your gauging point was then gone. Now with the double bearing roller, there's no play in there. It's a lot more stable product. Makes the whole machine a lot more accurate, and it's going to give you a longer wearing time.